So welcome along to Effy TV. I'm Anthony.
I'm Jenna.
And today we're going to be talking about all things sleek and subtle. And no, I'm not talking about me. Let's roll it.
When it comes to shopping for Effy jewelry, there is no better place to do it than effyjewelry.com, simply because you're shopping directly with the source. We're based out in New York, and we are the largest jewelry manufacturer in all of North America.
We've been around for over 40 years, and we have such an incredible array of different styles and designs of jewelry. If you go to that website, effyjewelry.com, you'll literally find thousands and thousands of different pieces. Now, we're not going to be featuring thousands of pieces during the show. That would
be here forever.
Ridiculous. This is only a 20-minute show, so hopefully you'll stay with us, but we're going to feature 10 to 12 pieces, something like that. All right, so let's kick things off. Have a look at our first piece.
Okay, so when it comes to shopping for Effy, we have, as you said, a full spectrum of jewelry, and I thought it'd be nice to kick off for a change rather than doing something super artistic.
Okay.
What about a classic piece? Now, when it comes to designer jewelry, it's all about the attention to detail. Setting a diamond into gold isn't necessarily an art. But when you set diamonds into gold like this, it changes everything because they're done at subtle angles to maximize the sparkle and create that fluid kind of from top to bottom curvature of the bangle.
Well, you can see as it rotates around, you can see how the facets catch the light almost in turn, and it's like a wave of light that moves around.
Yeah, it's just like a constant shimmer that, just kind of moves as your hand moves, which is really incredible. Now, when it comes to shopping for bangles, when you go to effyjewelry.com, you will find an extensive selection.
Yes.
White gold, yellow gold, rose gold. I mean, you can everything you possibly imagine. One of the biggest trends happening right now in the jewelry world is actually stacking bangles. So you could wear like a sleeve of bangles if you wanted to.
Okay.
But when it comes to this particular bangle, I think the ideal partners would be the same bangle in white gold and rose gold. And then you'd have the trilogy on your wrist.
Every item we feature will have a web ID. That is a code which you type into the search bar at effyjewelry.com, and it will bring up the page for that particular piece. And from there, you can obviously pop it into your basket and place your order. Let's move on then to our next piece.
I'm going to jump to the opposite end of the spectrum from like a classic piece to something like this.
So extraordinarily ornate.
Yeah, and the attention to detail on this is just incredible. And it's almost like, if you look really close, so from like first glance, what I see is a lot of really curvy kind of swirls, right?
Yes.
But then you can find these, see, look, little hidden hearts that are in there. Isn't that cool? There's like a little artistic heart. There's a little heart. See?
The attention to detail on this is absolutely incredible. I mean, the diamonds and the way that it just twinkles away as the light hits it. Different sizes of diamonds. The diamonds are set in different ways. Yeah. And then you've got the highly polished gold on the shoulders as well. Wow, that is a show-stopping ring. It has a real vintage feel to it, I think, as well.
Oh, definitely. And I think you could wear it every day if you wanted to. It's one of those pieces that's so beautiful that you could wear it with jeans if you wanted to. It's low profile, so it's easy to incorporate into your everyday life, but you could just as easily dress it up with a gown or a dress or a business suit, depending on the occasion that you're trying to suit. But I mean, it's really a beautiful piece, and I love that there's this pave that kind of encrusts some of the swirls, but then you have those solitaires that just add that level of glamour to the piece.
That little je ne sais quoi.
Yeah.
It's French. For something.
For something.
I don't know. It sounds fancy, though.
It was going so well. There's a lot of yellow gold combinations with diamonds. I think this just takes it to the next level because of our designer skill.
Sounds good. All right, web ID is on the screen. Jot that down before it disappears, and head to the website at effyjewelry.com. Okay, next up.
Combination of yellow gold and diamonds one more time, but done completely different with a much more, I would say architectural look to it, structured look to it.
Very much so.
Sleek lines, very contemporary. It's a very substantial piece in the sense it doesn't move, it's just there.
Looks great. I mean, you can see how you've got that encrusting of diamonds once again across the whole thing. But the way that this is designed, so breaking away from the ornate swirls, this is, like you say, far more structured and architectural.
Almost.
Geometric is the perfect way to describe it. It just gives it a very different feel. So, I mean, you could be one or the other, or you could be both, just kind of different days.
Yeah, and I just think it's interesting how it's actually an open piece. So if you lift it off my skin, you can see straight through.
Right.
But it's got those lines that almost gives it it looks from afar like just one big of sparkle. But then when you look closely, there's actually a lot of intricate detail into creating the piece.
There really is. And then, of course, on the bail as well, you've also got those diamonds, which just add that finishing touch. And that's what it's all about, the finishing details that just make it that little bit more special.
Yeah, well, and I just think it's so incredible to think, like, the bracelet, the ring, and the necklace are all made out of the exact same thing. The only difference is how the designers decided to move
And
materials.
they couldn't be more different if they tried.
Yeah, that's it. It's what I find fascinating about jewelry design.
Okay,
Should
all
we
right.
move on?
Let's move on. Plenty more still to look at. Next up, we're going to go to what?
Ornate ring. Can you tell? I'm like dripping in diamonds. This
You
is a
literally
really
are.
fun show for me. I'm like, yes, put it all on.
All of it.
All of it. I'll wear all the pieces.
This I really like. We find a lot of nature-inspired pieces in the Effy jewelry collection, whether it be this kind of vine or leaf design.
I would almost say whimsical as well. Like there's a little bit of magic in this particular piece. And I think the way that it's very interesting because on the actual, like, I guess you'd say the leaves coming off of the branch is done in a high polish, but then the leaves are encrusted with those white, round, brilliant, beautiful diamonds.
So pretty.
Still a band, just a different way of doing it.
It's very delicate looking.
Yeah.
And that's what I think is the magic about this. Each one of those individual leaves, just so much detail on it, and it's so precise. It's just beautifully created. I mean, the time and effort that goes into creating something like this, do not underestimate how much work goes into creating a piece like this.
I mean, just
it's
even
a lot.
matching the size of diamonds. I mean, these graduate as they move towards the end. That's just an incredible amount of detail.
So many ways to shop with us here. The easiest way is just to go to the website at effyjewelry.com. Have a browse around. I mean, it's fun to just browse and just see where the rabbit hole takes you.
I know. I just fill my basket and see what the savings is at the end.
Yeah, and buying with us is the best way to go because you're buying directly from the manufacturer. It's a vertically integrated company. We bring the diamonds in, we design everything ourselves, we manufacture ourselves in the heart of New York City. It's a company that's been around for over 40 years, started by one man, Mr. Effy Hamatian, and to this day he's still actively involved in the business on a day-to-day basis, and it's great to see that.
Yeah, you can see the passion that he has and the attention to detail, and it really does come through in all of our pieces. And, you know, he was an engineer by trade, so he's known for pushing the limits of what jewelry can be.
All right, so let's move on to our next piece then. Is it that one?
It is. It's my favorite.
Now, look, here's the thing. This is a little bit more substantial. The cost is a little bit more, but I tell you what, this
like
could become
wearing-
your signature piece.
It should be my signature piece. That's a great idea.
Well,
it's
if you
like
buy
wearing 3 diamond tennis bracelets.
It's just incredible.
Would you call it a diamond cuff, a diamond wrap, a diamond spiral? I don't even know what a bracelet, but what?
Well, it's all
more.
one piece. Look, it's just...
I'm putting it back on after we
Okay.
take it. Okay. I'll take it off, but just to show them how cool
that.
this is here. I mean, it's like a slinky of diamonds.
It is.
It's
And
so
literally,
cool.
all the way, you can see all on the front surfaces.
Yeah. And it's
You've got all the diamonds.
textured all the way around, so you still have that dimension. But then you just have like
Diamonds,
streams and streams and
diamonds.
streams. It's amazing.
I just think this is such a cool
Well, and it
piece of
holds its
jewelry.
own form. It's not like I'm wrapping it and trying to like spread it out. Like, I mean, it stays in that shape. And
It always comes back to that shape.
Yeah, and what's really amazing is I think it kind of gives it a very natural look because it has a flow and a curvature in itself. It's not just a round. I mean,
No.
it has like a kind of like a wave.
Yeah, it's a wave design
I'm putting it
that
back on.
crashes around your wrist.
No, and it's so easy to get on and off. Like how many times, I don't know if you wouldn't own a diamond tennis bracelet, but this maneuver where you like put the bracelet and then you hold it and then you try and flip it around so you can put the clasp on.
Right.
Yes.
This is much easier.
Yes.
And because it has a certain amount of structure to it, it kind of stays in place. So you always get this front-facing side with the diamonds on. It's not spinning around.
It's so comfortable. I mean, I don't even, for as big as it is and how big of a diamond presence it has, I wouldn't think about it. Like I would just have it on and it's just so cool.
All right, web ideas on the screen for this one right now. Jot that down, and you could be enjoying this and just feeling like a movie star.
Oh, for
Tell you
sure.
what, that's
Very
fabulous.
red carpet.
All right.
Or Zoom meeting.
Also, yeah.
Okay, moving on. Going back to more of a geometric, architectural, more structured piece. This is very
Okay.
fluid, but very structured.
I like those,
I
yeah.
know. These are very sleek.
Pyramids or diamonds.
Yeah.
Well, it's like a diamond shape, but
Like a kite-
triangles.
like a kite shape.
Like a kite shape,
Yeah. But there's actual movement incorporated into the design. So the earring itself is a post, but then you have this like little dangle at the bottom, but it's not like a chandelier.
No.
It's a very structured, very chic. I'm thinking like little black jacket, boots. I got the whole outfit planned.
I like the way that you've got the regular equilateral triangle at the top, which is on the ear, and then it elongates into an isosceles triangle.
Look at you knowing your shapes
Well,
and
Mr.
triangles.
Smith, my maths teacher, would be so proud of me right now after remembering
I'm
that.
impressed.
Yeah, but it's almost like it's a reflection. So you've got the triangle, and then you've got an elongated reflection of the other triangle. It's I like that a lot.
Yeah, isn't it? Very fun.
Very cool. Just very designer-esque.
Yeah. Oh, there would be no question. People would immediately no, it's a designer piece of jewelry.
Yeah.
There's no way getting away from that with these.
Love that. All right. Web IDs on the screen and...
Matching necklace.
Oh.
Not triangles, though.
No. So we're talking diamonds, we're talking white gold. Just a clean, crisp design.
Yeah, I just think it's very, to me, that's very magazine cover. I'm telling you, black jacket, boots, there's a whole outfit I've got.
Again, so the earrings as well, although they're not identical, they work perfectly together. They really do.
And I think they're from the same family.
Right.
It's just something a little different. And honestly, if they would have made it match, it wouldn't have the same movement as earrings. So
it would be a bit strange. But that, once again, it's just sometimes going simple is definitely the way forward. It works really well. You know, it's as long as it's manufactured well, it's using good materials, obviously white gold and these nice quality diamonds. It works.
Yeah,
you don't have to go too fancy sometimes.
And when it comes to designing things like this, there is a different level of skill where you can set diamonds and still have those sleek lines. You know, they have to have all those little itty bitty prongs, but when you look at it on front, it still has very structured shape.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's a very well done piece.
Okay, well, let's move on.
Alrighty.
Effyjewelry.com for any of the pieces that we feature. If you miss any of the web IDs once this show has aired for the first time, you can always shuttle back through and jot those numbers down.
Are you ready for men's jewelry?
Well, I'm a man, so yes, I am. In case you were wondering.
There you go.
Alrighty, so we are combining white and yellow together with sapphires? Or is that black diamonds? It's black diamonds,
Yeah,
isn't
it's
it?
black diamonds.
Black diamonds and white diamonds. They're decent size as well, aren't they?
I know.
So here's the thing. If you're a guy and you're like, I'm not wearing diamonds, diamonds are for ladies. Nonsense. If you put them in the right setting and you design it well, guys could confidently wear this. You know, it's, okay, look, not everybody wants to wear diamonds, but if you like the idea of having a little sparkle on your finger, something a little bit different, this is still a very masculine style ring. You know,
you just need the right designer to create the right piece of men's jewelry because that's a very masculine looking ring and it has a lot of diamonds in it.
And here's the thing, you know, Mr. Effy has created a huge collection. He himself wears quite a lot of jewelry and he has his particular favorite pieces. But the collection that they've created, the Gento line, there's a huge number of pieces in there. So even if you're a guy and you're thinking, yeah, I kind of like the style, but I think diamonds are a little bit too much for me. Well, that's fine. Head on over to Effy Jewelry, search Gento, men's jewelry, whichever way you want to go, or you can just click on the collections at the top and you'll find that there. You'll find a whole array of different pieces from just gold. Some have got a few little diamonds in, some have got sapphires.
Well, and sometimes you can wear a lot of diamonds and still have a more masculine feel just by changing the finish of the gold. We have a lot of brushed finish, satin finish, matte finish. I mean, there's a lot of different options where you can still wear the diamonds if maybe she wants you to have a big diamond ring. But there's just tons of options. You don't have to compromise.
Black and white though, that monochromatic look.
With the two-tone
cool.
gold. It's
very stylish.
Lots of options there.
All right, so web ID is on the screen for this ring. Jot that down. Head to effyjewelry.com and away you go. All right.
We're actually going to close out the show with men's jewelry. I've got 2 more men's pieces.
Okay.
Okay. So check out these here. Probably want to take them off, but
cufflinks.
Yeah.
Do you know, here's the thing. I only have a limited number of shirts that I can wear cufflinks with, which is a bit disappointing, really, because I do like
change that.
I do like wearing cufflinks. I just think for me, it's a finishing touch. For me, it reminds me of, you know, you go to the super fancy tailors on Savile Row in London and you get a nice suit and it's all about the cufflinks and the finishing touches. But it doesn't have to be. I mean, you were saying, is it your brother-in-law? Brother-in-law who just wears them in a very casual way. Yeah. And you can, but it's interesting things, little things like this, nice pair of shoes, cufflinks, automatically you look so much more put together.
100%.
So if you're a lady looking to buy for your other half, maybe get him a nice tailored shirt that has the French cuffs that you can put this cufflink in. But the design of these cufflinks themselves, I'm just going to give it a quick polish because I've mauled the front of it. Because it's a very highly polished, is this black onyx?
Yeah, that's why it's so, I was going to say, look how velvety that black onyx is. It's so different.
Got that highly polished finish at the front, and then of course you've got the diamonds either side. We actually have a ring that we did on a previous show that is kind of the partner to these.
Yes, yes.
I mean,
and this is actually done the same way as that ring though, but where the diamonds they're not straight flat, they're set at a tiny angle just at that pivot point to get maximum kind of sparkle, even though they're delicate additions.
Well, on this close-up, you can see even around the back of these cufflinks, there's so much detail on here. This woven design is just so fabulous. But that's the thing, you know, sometimes it's the little details that maketh the man. And I think cufflinks are one way that you can go with that.
It's just such a...
I do need to get some more shirts that have that.
I
I need to
agree.
find an occasion to wear shirts, first of all. I wonder if my boss will buy me some shirts. Because it's for the show.
No.
No, I don't think he will.
Plus you're too
That's
big.
a bit of a push. All right, is it final piece?
Yes,
What?
and I saved it because it has that
All
really
right.
cool stone.
Peterite.
Yes.
So we've had, this is the same as, was it another ring? I can't
No,
remember
it
what
was like a medallion.
Yes, it was.
It was
a
from the
medallion.
Gento line as
Yes,
well,
yes,
but there's
yes,
that real
yes.
cool silver, and this is done in silver as well, like that silver
But
medallion.
actually, this has an incredible chatoyancy to it now, you may say. What is chatoyancy? You're just making up words again, Hayward. A lot of the time I do. This time I'm not, though.
Yep.
Chatoyancy is, it's like the cat's eye effect. If you've ever seen Tiger's Eye, the gemstone with kind of the browns and the gold colours, it's that play of light that it's not just on the surface, it's within the stone.
Yeah, where it looks like the light actually gets captured by the stone, and then as you pivot the stone, and it's done as a cabochon. Usually, I think it's only done in cabochon or maybe flat. But when you pivot the stone, it's like it's always looking back at you. So it's a really, I think, mystical look.
It's a
and this
shimmer
is something,
almost.
Yeah, and this to me, I was playing with it earlier with all the different lights here, and
fit.
oh, that's a shame.
I think I must just have chunky fingers because a lot of the rings just don't fit.
So you need to go on like a finger diet.
Maybe.
But if you look at, I mean, even just the different colors that are in there, depending on the way the angle hits, not only do you have that light reflection on the inside that kind of, it's like a pivot. I wouldn't say it flashes or glows. It's
No, it
like watches you.
it's a shimmer. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like the eyes that follow you around the room in a painting.
Yes, similar. But it's
But far more attractive and less spooky.
But if you look at the color variation, you've got that like, what was the word you used the other day? Inky blue?
Mm-hmm.
So you have that almost like inky blue base, but then you have like a stormy sky of like almost like a moonlit sky and then some clouds. I mean, it's just a really cool stone.
Very cool indeed. You've also got the highly polished shoulders, and you've also got the little
Attention to detail.
yellow gold inserts there
That's the panther.
with the panther design. Fabulous.
Yeah, and the underside actually looks just as beautiful. It's like
Oh,
a
wow.
woven. Isn't that cool?
at
Super
those.
modern, the inside of that
Yeah,
one.
we'll have a
though.
look on the close-up. You can see it better
it's
than
like a very
the
modern
travel there.
weave of the gold, or the silver.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So this is sterling silver.
Yes.
With the little gold accent on there. Okay, perfect. All right, would you believe that is it?
I know, that was it. Just
But we will have more shows coming up real soon.
Yes,
Lots
we
of different
will.
shows that we have here on the Effy channel, by the way. You may see the
different live shows.
different live shows that you can tune into and see. Best way to browse our entire collection, though, is just head to the website at effyjewelry.com. That is it.
That is it.
We will see you next time. Until then, take care.